Daddy Dearest, as read by Gamzee Makara, Karkat Bro, Sollux, and Aradia. Let's do this, guys. John is a good boy, and he loves his daddy.
John loves making his daddy happy. He always makes good grades in school, so his daddy will smile and pat him on the head.
He learned to bake even though he hates cakes, so his daddy would praise him and give him hugs. He never uses bad words and is always polite, so his daddy gives him kisses.
John loves how his daddy still lets him sit in his lap. And he loves how his daddy's arms hold him close, all snug and warm.
John loves how his daddy undresses him for bath time, and he loves that he's allowed to undress his daddy.
John loves sitting in the bathtub with his daddy, and that his daddy is careful to wash him everywhere.
He loves how his daddy wraps him in a big fluffy towel and picks him up. And he loves how his daddy lays him very gently on his bed.
Oh my God. John loves when his daddy kneels over him and starts gently touching him, caressing him. And he loves the soft murmurs of encouragement he gets when he moans softly, like a mewling kitten.
He loves it when his daddy gently spreads his legs, hands so gentle like he's afraid he'll break John. And he loves when his daddy's slick fingers press inside his little hole, finding his little spot that makes him shudder and mew and fishing go white.
John loves how his daddy gently strokes his small cock as he pulls his fingers out. And he's careful to take deep breaths, like his daddy says, keeping himself relaxed.
John has no problem relaxing and even smiling softly as his daddy presses the head of his cock into his stretched hole. He knows it hurts a little at first. It always does. But John trusts his daddy, and his daddy never hurts him on purpose.
And it does hurt. And John clenches his daddy's shoulders, trying not to cry. And his daddy softly murmurs what a good boy is, and strokes him gently, rubbing his sides and back where he can reach to comfort John.
His daddy waits patiently still until John has adjusted and is nodding to move. And his daddy thrusts into him, soft and slow. God, I messed up.
Until John starts mewling and squirming, pressing the softest kisses to his daddy's cheeks and neck. Then his daddy thrusts a little harder, faster, just a little harder.
And he hits that little spot again, and John arches up into his daddy's touch, and his daddy keeps up his steady pace, stroking John in time, until John clenches his hands again, moaning loudly as he comes, as his daddy calls it.
His daddy shudders and kisses him lightly as he comes inside of John, which feels warm and wet, but nice. John falls limp on his bed, giving a small, weak mewl as his daddy pulls out of him.
His daddy cleans him up with a towel from his bath and kisses his forehead and tells John that he did good and he loves him. And John smiles up at his daddy as sweetly as he can manage and tells his dad that he loves him too, before yawning softly and kittenishly rubbing at his eyes.
His daddy tucks him snugly into bed, brushing his hair back and kissing his soft forehead again, whispering good night. John whispers good night back, and his daddy leaves, turning off his light and closing the door.
John snuggles down in his bed, soft little fingers curling gently in his sheets as he drifts off to sleep with only one thought in his head.
John loves his daddy!
The end.
What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
Fucking
Whatever
let's
the fuck.
ejaculate!
Are you serious?
I'm out. Ollie out.
I'm done.
Ollie out.
Fuck!